So hello and welcome to our 30-minute yoga session today with this little Christmas theme. So come along with an open heart and open mind and a little playful side, as well as gaining all the usual benefits from your yoga practice. So we will start, as we always do, in a position where we can sit comfortably for a few moments just to allow ourselves to settle. If you feel comfortable doing so, close your eyes. And just take a few moments to let everything stop whirling and just come to stillness. So just like those beautiful little snow globes that we particularly like around Christmas time, perhaps you can picture one in your mind, beautiful little snowy scene, a Christmassy scene in there. And when those snow globes get picked up, they get a good old shake and a sort of chaos reigns. It's all swirly and lots of movement. But the minute you pop that snow globe down onto a steady surface, you can start to see these snowflakes just settling. I'd like you to bring that into your mind now, perhaps even feel a little bit like those snow globes, giving yourself permission to bring yourself to stillness. And just let everything settle with you. And sometimes that involves trying to order your thoughts or slow them down or just let them go for a moment, which I know is no easy task. And in terms of the body, when it's uncomfortable, I know it's hard to be still, but we're just trying to find that balance between not sitting so that we're rigid and uncomfortable, but allowing the body to stop moving too much, just moving mindfully. So just greeting the body, feeling into the hips, the spine, the head, the shoulders, arms and the hands and the legs. Allowing yourself to just be supported in your seat. Maybe there's a little growth lengthening through spine, gentle drawing in of tummy, shoulder blades just drawing back and down. I'd like to bring your awareness to your breathing, and we're just going to use a little technique, little visual. So when you breathe in, I'd like you to breathe into your heart and pause and save a little bit of breath to inhale all the way up to the top of your head. And just like those little snowflakes in our snow globe, exhale and just let the breath, the snowflakes, fall. So we breathe in to the heart, pause, breathe in all the way to the top, pause, and exhale. The breath just falls out effortlessly. So we're going to continue with this for a few moments. If it feels too much to take those pauses, if for any reason it doesn't work for you, just leave it. Just come back to the normal breath. So we're breathing into the heart, pause, and up to the top of the head, pause, and then exhaling all the way down. We're going to bring a little movement into this now. So you could just let your arms come out to the side, so your fingertips are just touching the floor, so arms are straight. And as we breathe in, we're going to take those arms up in line with our heart, pause, up to the head, pause, and then hands drawing down the center, all the way down and back to where you began. Breathing in, pause, in, pause, and out, all the way down. Last one, just like that. Inhale, inhale, and then exhale all the way. Nice. Going to come into a little forward fold. Just arrange the legs in any way that works for you. We're going to stretch those hands forwards and bow the head down as much as you possibly can. And you might be able to re-establish that breath. So there's the inhale, pause, inhale, pause, and then that breath out. So now we're just dropping down towards the earth. Last time like that, breathing in and in and out. And then we come up on the next in-breath. Take your hands behind you, fingers pointing towards the body, leaning into those arms. Lift your heart and your head. And then just exhaling here. Okay, let's get moving. Let's get that body moving. So if you're going to be ice skating later, I hear. So we are going to be working on our core and our balance and our focus. So in your tabletop position with knees underneath your hips and hands underneath your shoulders, I want you to focus on the spine. So without thinking it might drop, if you're too strong through the body, it might arch. I just want you to find neutral. So the back is straight. And you might feel a subtle drawing in here at the tummy. And that's what we're looking for. Okay, so we're going to stretch out our left leg, keeping the toes on the floor, really pushing into that left foot, pushing the heel away, and you will feel the lovely stretch down the back of that left leg. And you'll also notice that the tummy muscles have to work that little bit harder to keep you steady. Good. And then from here, we're going to lift that left leg up to hip height. We're going to extend our right arm, so opposite arm. And now we're working even harder to stay steady here. And we want to really find that inner strength and that focus, with the optional added extra of coming into your running reindeer pose. So we're going to bend this lifted leg and see if we can grab hold of the foot with our opposite arm. If you can, you then lift up. So if you can't reach that foot, feel free to stay here, or even with that foot down if you're wobbling. Just find that focus so you're looking straight ahead now if you're in the full pose. And when you release, it's with control, moving back through your balance, hand down, knee down, make some space. So take the knees wide if you need to, and just shimmy down to the earth between those hips, head to the earth. If you feel the urge to just take a little gentle rock left and right, that can be really nice for those hips. And again for your neck, because your head can roll side to side also. Okay, we're coming back to tabletop. We're going to extend the right leg this time. So pushing into those toes, so really stretching through the back of that right leg. Gosh, that sun, I'm going to shut the curtain. And feel the tummy muscles engaged. And then see if you can lift that right leg up to the same height as your hip. So nice and steady. You'll just feel those tummy muscles kind of noticing that they have to do a little bit more work for this. Extending that opposite arm if you can, holding it here. And maybe then bending into this lifted leg, and maybe we can sweep round and grab that foot. If so, maybe lift up out of it. And just like Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, follow your nose, guide that sleigh. Strong focus. When we're ready to come out, we release slowly. So we extend the leg, extend the arm, and we hold it here. And then we come back down to the floor, knees wide, and nestle in. Take a little rock and roll, left, right, if that feels good. All right, we're coming back up to tabletop. We're going to take that left leg out behind us again, but this time we're going to roll over into a modified side plank. So this right foot is going to kick out behind us as we roll. So it's my right hand, my right knee, and my left foot on the earth. I'm so sorry you can't really see that lovely sun. Take your left arm up into the sky. So this is your star. Maybe you're from the nativity story, or the top of a Christmas tree star. So we're going to lift that left foot up if you can, with the option to take this upper arm over and shine bright. It looks like I'm a real star. That lovely light shining. The Christmas star. So really good here for your balance, your core. Good. We're coming down slowly. Coming back to our neutral tabletop position. I'm going to shimmy around this way so I can still see. We're going to bring our, I can't remember, right leg out. And we're going to roll over to the side. So that left foot kicks back behind you. Roll onto your left hand, left knee, right foot. We're going to lift that arm straight up. Maybe we're going to lift that leg too. Hold it in your star shape. Really lift away from the floor. Imagine you've got little points of your star in each direction. And maybe we're going to take this arm over just for that last couple of breaths. Gorgeous stretch. And then we come back down to earth. This time when we come into our pose of a child, let your hands just rest by your feet for a moment and bow your head down. Okay, so staying with our little reindeer theme here, we're going to get those reindeers fit and ready for their very important night on Christmas Eve. So coming back to your tabletop, but this time, well, I'm going to give you a couple of choices. We're either going to stay here, take a breath in as you lift the leg, and out as you bring your knee to your elbow, so you're rounding in. Or the other option is to do that from your downward dog. So the leg will come up on a breath in, and the out breath, you'll rock forwards into your three-legged plank. All right, so one or the other of those choices. So we all start from tabletop. If you're coming into dog, tuck your toes and lift your hips. All right. So we're going to take an in breath as we lift the leg, whichever position you start from. Your out breath, draw your knee towards your back. Take a breath in as you lift up, and take a breath out as you bring your knee to your elbow. Last time, inhale, take that leg high, and exhale, take your knee to your elbow. So whether you're in your tabletop or your three-legged plank, that last time you're going to lift that leg up, and then maybe rock forwards, and then it's a little sleigh dive, little sleigh ride down. So you might need to pop that leg down first, or maybe you could keep that leg lifted and move into the sleigh. Good, so we're going to drop those knees, tuck the toes, and yawn back into your downward facing dog. Or indeed, your tabletop, if that's your preferred version. So again, that left leg lifts on a breath in. On the breath out, we draw it towards the elbow. Inhale to lift, and exhale to elbow. Inhale as you lift, exhale it to the elbow. This last one, we're lifting that leg up. Whichever version we're in, we're trying to sort of rock forwards, and then we're coming down into our sleigh. So if you need to drop that leg first, do so. Otherwise, dive down and then lift up into your back bend. Keep those knees on the earth and sit back. So whichever pose of a child works for you, arms extended or arms by your feet, or you can make a little pillow with your forearms. And just take a little breath. So those reindeers are ready for that sleigh ride. That all important sleigh ride on Christmas Eve. Here we go. We're coming all the way up to our kneeling position. Bring your fingers to the floor, tuck your toes under, come into a little crouch at the back of your mat. And then we're going to come all the way up to standing. So just come up to standing. You'll be at the back of your mat here. Okay, we are going to find the three wise men. So here we go. So take a step forwards with your right foot. Keep your hips square, so your hips are still facing forwards, and bend into your right knee. So this is our warrior one. So that back heel is actually down on the floor, and you'll notice that your toes just slightly turn out to the left to accommodate that. So our wise men, here's the wise man number one. So you can raise those arms up for your warrior one, either palms facing each other or maybe palms touching. Just see how that feels. And once you've established your pose, think about just getting a little deeper into it. There may be just a bit of a stronger bend in that knee. Nice and lengthened through the torso as you reach up to the sky. Wise man number one. And here comes wise man number two. So from our warrior, we're going to reach the right hand forwards, and we're going to take the left hand back, and we're just going to check in with our feet. So you want to rearrange it so that your heels are in alignment And the hips are now facing the long edge of your mat. And there's a bend in that right knee. Arms are at shoulder height and they're reaching out away from you. You can turn the gaze over to the right. So again, we make the shape and then we think, can I get a little deeper into my pose? How does that feel? Good. And for our wise man number 3, we're going to slightly reach over to the right. We're either going to bring a hand to the thigh, or if you can reach, we take the elbow to the thigh, sink a little deeper, reach that arm up and then over. Parsvakonasana, our side angle stretch. But today, wise man number 3. Really nice. So this might look, I'm just going to show you, this pose might look more like this, depending on your hips. Okay, so wherever you are in your pose, take a breath in as you come back through warrior 2. And what we're going to do is take a little windmill of those arms as we reach them to the front of our mat. And we're just going to kick this right foot, we're going to step it back into our downward dog. So let those hips lift up to the sky, give them a little wiggle. Drop that head, take a breath in and out. Nice, walk those hands back to the back of your mat. We're ready to repeat those poses on the other side. So coming up to standing, we're going to step our left foot forward. Warrior 1, hips forward facing. Wise man number 1, left side. So again, strong old bend in that knee. Could you deepen your stance? Can you feel that lengthening and strengthening through your torso, through your back leg? And our wise man number 2 becomes wise, 1 becomes wise man number 2 as we take this into our warrior 2 left side. So again, a little adjustment of those feet might be required. Heels aligned, left toes turned out, as wide or as narrow as you need. Arms at shoulder height, sink and look to the left. So this is a hip opener this way. Here comes number 3. We take the hand or the elbow to the thigh, take the arm up. If your shoulder's happy, reach it over. Gorgeous stretch. And we're coming up on a breath in. And again, we're going to take that little windmill of those arms, bring them to the floor. Take this left foot back into your dog. And then I want you to just come down. Drop those knees. We'll be in a little high kneeling position. So this is our Father Christmas trying to get down the chimney. So lift those arms up. Take a little wiggle one way. A little side stretch one way. A little side stretch the other way. And then reach the arms out and down by your side. So we're just going to do that little breath work that we did earlier on, either from kneeling or you can come back to seated. We're going to just breathe it into the heart, pause, up to our heads, pause, and that out breath, let it all fall away. Breathing in, pause, breathing in, pause, and exhale. Let it go. Last one, breathing into the heart, pause to the head. Pause and exhale. Your hands at your heart for a second. Close your eye. All that excitement. So we can just perhaps think about the little children on Christmas Eve preparing for bed. They've left out their stockings. So we're going to come into our little stocking pose. Couple of choices. So we're coming onto our backs whatever choice we make. So number 1 would be to grab your pillow, your cushion, pop it under your hips and hang your stocking up this way. I'm just using my hands to show you, but grab something if you've got something handy. Grab those feet together, point the toes to the sky. So this could be your stocking. We're just going to hang out here in our inversion. If you wanted to try your shoulder stand, I know we've been practicing that these last few weeks. Just remember, you might even just do the prep, that you're kind of just trying to gain that momentum, so your hands can be pressed on the floor, and you just let your legs curl in a couple of times. You can just feel your tummy muscles working, and it might be that that's enough and you just come back to here, or maybe you catch those hips and you hang your stocking up this way. So wherever you are, we're just going to hold our little inversion for 5 breaths. And when you're ready, if you're in your shoulder stand, just do let your feet go behind you, hands pressing, and slowly lower. If you're in your different version here, just let those knees bend. And all of us bring the soles of feet to the floor, outstretch your arms. It's bedtime. Kids are so super excited, they can't stop fidgeting. This is our little fidgety twist of those children trying to fall asleep. So just let the knees drop one way and the other as you roll across your back, your hips. Very nice. I love these twists. I find them, obviously you're getting the benefits of the twist, but you get that lovely massage as well across your back and across your hips. It's nice. Okay, last couple of rounds of this. And then I just want you to hug those knees into your chest. Give yourself a little hug, a little rock. And then stretch those legs out. And find your shavasana, find your relaxation. Legs outstretched, arms down by your side. Tuck the chin, wiggle the hips. Just take all those last minute adjustments to let your body find the best position for you to rest. Just like we did when we first arrived. As those eyes close, I'd like you to draw back that image of our snow globe. We've just shaken it up again. We've moved the body. We've breathed. We've done all kinds of lovely shapes. And so now it's time to just pop that snow globe back on the shelf, on the table, and enjoy that beautiful snow scene and just watch the snowflakes settle, settle, settle. You might like to just be quiet and just observe body, observe the breath, feel rest. If you like a visualization, maybe you could dive a little deeper into your Christmassy scene, your snow scene, inside your snow globe. Perhaps it's a night scene with full moon and sparkling stars shining down on glistening white snow. A miracle happened just when we want snow on Christmas Day. You might marvel at the magic of it, the beauty. Perhaps your scene has trees and mountains. Maybe you can see houses and homes, that little glow of light behind their closed curtains. You know that people are in there, warm and cozy. In the last few moments here of rest, just allow yourself to drift into this world and enjoy. And if you're able to stay longer, I encourage you to do so. If you need to finish with me, just allow that little image to start to fade. Just let your awareness drop back into your body. And as you deepen the breath, just feel that flood of energy reaching your fingers and toes. Just gently move fingers and toes, arms and legs, until you feel yourself reaching up and over into a full body stretch. And then a glorious hugging in of the knees. And when you're ready, join me in a seated position. Bring your hands to the floor beside you. Sit tall. Take a breath in. Pause. In again. Pause. And out. Take hands to the heart. Thank you so much. Namaste.